in this weekly forex analysis, I'll be looking at market turning point and where we expect price to go this week. So let's get started with our analysis. First, we'll be starting with the dollar index. The dollar index on my daily chart break above this lower high, which indicates a shift in trend for the dollar index for bullish trend. Then we have this lower low, then we have this higher, this lower high, then we have this higher low, then we have this higher high, then we have this inner structure movements for dollar index. We have this inner structure of series of lower high. So what we expect this week, we expect price to break this high, this inner structure, lower high, then look for a retest for us to continue to buy the dollar index to the top side. So let's look at the weekly chart of the dollar index. Let's look at the weekly chart of the dollar index. On my weekly chart, we can say that we have price close on weekly support level. The dollar index close on this weekly support level, which indicates bullish for this week. So long we have a bullish indication of the dollar index on the weekly chart, so we'll be expecting price to support our daily trend, because the daily trend still have this uptrend structure, just that we have an inner structural movement for the dollar index. Once we see a break of the inner structure on the dollar index, then we'll start looking for our buying opportunity. For the sell scenario on the dollar index, our sell scenario on dollar index, we expect price to take out this higher low. Once price can take out this higher low, we start looking for possible selling opportunity for the dollar index. But our main direction this week remain bullish, because price on the weekly chart close on weekly support level, and we have the uptrend structure, which is shift of trend on the dollar index. Then what we expect is once price can break the inner structure of the dollar index, then we start looking for a possible buying opportunity to the top for the dollar index. So our scenario this week for dollar index remain bullish. So let's look at the next pair, which is the EURUSD. EURUSD on my daily chart still have a sideways trend, but we also have a shift of trend for the EURUSD, because we have this higher high, then we have a lower high, which is higher low, then we have this lower high, then price will break this higher low. So long price break this higher low, this indicates a shift of trend for the dollar index to the downside, the EURUSD to the downside. So what we expect now, we expect price to, because price has been on the consolidation now on the EURUSD, which price is secreting a series of lower high. So what we expect price to take out this higher low of the inner structure, then we look out for selling opportunity for the euro to the downside. So based on the daily structure, our scenario for the EURUSD this week still remain on a downtrend. We still expect price to continue to push lower, just that we are still having this consolidation trend. Once we can break out of consolidation, we start looking for more of sell opportunity for the EURUSD this week. So let's look at the weekly chart of the EURUSD. Let's look at the weekly chart of the EURUSD. So on the EURUSD, price rejected from this weekly resistance level, which indicates a reversal of trend back to this weekly support level. So if price can break this support level, we expect more push for EURUSD to the downside. So let's go back to our daily chart. So our scenario this week for the EURUSD still remain bearish. So we expect price to break out of this inner structure range. Once we can break out of this range, then we'll start looking for possible selling opportunity to the downside for the EURUSD. So we remain neutral on EURUSD, but our major direction we're looking at for selling opportunity after the break of price below this range, because price close on weekly resistance. So we expect price to break below this level, then we'll start looking for every possible selling opportunity for EURUSD to the downside. So for the buying scenario on EURUSD, we expect price to break above this high, then wait for a test, then we'll start looking for buying opportunities to the top for the EURUSD. So our scenario this week still remain on a downtrend. That we have to look out for selling opportunity on EURUSD this week after we see a break of this consolidation on the EURUSD. So look out for your selling opportunity on EURUSD this week. before we continue with the analysis, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more trading tips and forex analysis. The returning viewer, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you. So let's continue with our analysis. So we're looking at the Great British Pounds. Great British Pounds USD on the daily chart still have this downtrend structure. We see on the daily chart we have a downtrend structure on the Great British Pounds USD. So long we have this downtrend structure, we see expect the Great British Pounds USD to continue to push lower. We have higher high, we have a series of lower high which indicate possible selling opportunity for the Great British Pounds USD this week. So let's look at the weekly chart of the Great British Pounds USD. So on my daily chart now, you can see that price rejected from this weekly resistance on the Great British Pounds USD, which is a very strong resistance level on the Great British Pounds USD, which indicates we expect a push of price back to this support. If price can break this support, we expect price to push to this next support on the weekly chart. So let's go back to our daily chart. Now we have checked the daily chart and the weekly chart. We have seen that the weekly supports the bearish movement, which is the bearish movement for the Great British Pounds USD this week. So we expect the Great British Pounds USD to give us a price action setup for us to sell the Great British Pounds USD to this next support level, because which is last week, price break out of this low, which indicates a clear break of structure for an inner structure, which created this level was a previous higher low. Then so long price break below it, it's now clear that the Great British Pounds USD is free to drop from this level to this next weekly support level. So we need a confirmation from this Great British Pounds USD to the downside. So this week we're expecting more of sell on the Great British Pounds USD, because we need a signal to confirm if we're expecting the Great British Pounds USD to continue to sell this week. So we look for our selling opportunity for the Great British Pounds to this next weekly support level. Then for the buying scenario, we expect price to break above this high, then wait for a test, then look out for possible buying opportunity for the Great British Pounds USD to the top. But our scenario, which is our major direction this week, remain on the downtrend. We look for a price action setup on the daily chart or the 4-hour chart to set the Great British Pounds USD to the downside. So let's look at our next pair, which is the AUDUSD. So AUDUSD on my daily chart still have a downtrend structure. We still have this higher high, then we have a lower high, which indicates bearish move for the AUDUSD. So let's look at the weekly chart of the AUDUSD, where we expect price to go this week. So on my weekly chart, price also rejected from this weekly resistance on AUDUSD, which indicates possible downtrend for AUDUSD this week. So let's go back to our daily chart. So on the daily chart now, what we expect this week, we expect AUDUSD to give us a signal for us to sell this week. Because why do we say we expect a signal to sell this week? The daily chart have a downtrend structure, the weekly chart close on the resistance level. That indicates a good setup for us to look for possible selling opportunity. Then you can see that we still have a series of lower high, which indicate more sell pressure for the AUD to the downside, with our first target at this level and the second target at this weekly support level. So for the buying scenario for AUDUSD, we expect price to break out above this high, then retest, then look at a possible buying opportunity for AUD to the top. That is for the buying scenario. So this week our scenario still remain on the downtrend on the AUDUSD. So we're looking for sell opportunity on AUDUSD this week, with our first target on this weekly support, our next target on this weekly support. So look for selling opportunity on AUDUSD this week. So let's look at our next pair, which is the Gold USD. Gold USD on my daily chart still remain bullish. So we still expect more bullish move for the Gold USD, but we expect price to do a retest. We have a resistance at this weekly resistance. We expect price to retest this level or this level for look a possible buying opportunity for the Gold USD this week. So we don't have much analysis on Gold USD, but our scenario still remain a retest and buying continuation for the Gold USD. So let's look at our next pair, which is the USDJPY. USDJPY on my daily chart still remain on consolidation. You can see that price have a series of higher low for the long period now. Then after that series of higher low up, which is an uptrend structure, price has been on a range. So long price has been on this range. What we expect for the buy and sell opportunity, we expect price to break out of this. For the buy, we expect price to break out of this range because we have an uptrend structure. We expect price to break out of this range, then wait for a test, then we'll start looking for buying opportunity to this next weekly resistance level. Why? For the sell scenario, we see expect price to break below this level, then expect a retest, then we'll start looking for sell opportunity to the downside. So let's check the weekly chart of the USDJPY. So on my weekly chart, price close on weekly support level, which indicates we see expect more bullish, which is buying opportunity for the USDJPY. So and our key resistance, see remain this resistance on the weekly chart. Then our key support on the USDJPY, see remain this key support, which is we expect price to buy from this particular support to this next resistance level. So let's go back to our daily chart. So on the daily chart, we'll be looking for more of buy opportunity this week because we see have price on weekly support level, and we also have a buying structure on the daily chart for the USDJPY. So we're looking for buying opportunity this week on USDJPY with our target at this area. If we have a price signal to buy after the break of this level, then for the sell scenario, we expect price to break out of this range, then expect a retest, then we'll start looking for selling opportunity. So our scenario for this week still remain bullish on the USDJPY. If you find this weekly analysis helpful, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Please subscribe and also share this channel to others. Thank you. See you in my next video. Thank you for watching.